Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream this month. This is May, second Saturday of May. So as everybody knows, I've been going live on the second Saturdays of each month. Hope everybody gets marked on the calendar, and hope everybody's having a good day. Last Saturday was the first Saturday in May, as always, the Kentucky Derby. So a lot happening around here in Louisville, Kentucky that week. But this weekend's Mother's Day weekend, I know, but hope everybody's having a good day. All right, let's get into the chat, see who's here. I see Peter White said hi. Cheers, Peter. John Top Dog said he's going to be showing up a little late, going out to dinner with his wife. So, all right, if you're still here, John, good to see you. We'll see you later, I hope. Eric Gunnarsson says cheers. Cheers, Eric. We've got Eric Mays. Welcome, Eric. Good to see you. Sugar Kitty with the meow there. Sugar Kitty, how you doing? Good to see you. And all right, some other people saying hi and all that. So, all right. So this month, I'm just going to be doing some more samples, most likely here. Might have some other pours, but I was digging through my samples, and I found a batch of samples that Bourbon Judge has sent me. So I figured I'd pull those out and sample them. They're not Bourbon Judge picks or anything. They're just samples that he had sent me. So looks like I've got two sitting out from him. I had some more, but I think I drank most of the other ones. And I've got one other one that's not marked from him, but I'm pretty sure that it's an infinity barrel is what it is. So that he had sent me his infinity barrel. So I was trying to get him on with me here tonight, so he might pop into the chat. He said he was out also, but I was going to ask him about that bottle, that infinity barrel. So all right, but these two samples I've got here, got a K. Luke batch 8, which is 118 proof. Love K. Luke. I've got 2-3 bottles of K. Luke. I've got batch 10, 11, 12. I don't know if I bought 12 or not. But this is an earlier sample than anything I'd had. So good. We'll try that first here. And then I've got a barrel bourbon. And this is Cask Finish Series 1 edition. Mezzanera finish. So 116 proof on it. So got a barrel Mezzanera finished and a K. Luke batch 8. All right. Get this guy open here. Go with the K. Luke first. So yeah, I've definitely been a fan of K. Luke. Everybody watched my videos, I believe, and it all runs together in my head. I forget things sometimes, but I believe K. Luke was whiskey of the year for me 2 years ago in 2024. So they were definitely in my top 5, right at the top. I think they were my top pick of the year. So this is a blended bourbon, Jonathan Mazzano from where's he at? He's from Mississippi, I believe, down by Gulf Shores, Mississippi. Was able to meet him at 21090s meetup last summer, so in Baltimore. Nice to meet him, but yeah, he's got some good stuff out there. All right, so Sugar Kitty saying K. Luke's quite the sample to start with. Yeah, it's actually probably, yeah, all these samples I have sitting out are about this proof and higher. So nothing crazy hazmat or anything, but nothing's down at the 100 proof or not. So these two here, 116, 118. So great nose on this. It's got some caramel on the nose. I like that. Definitely got some oak on there too. So anybody else in the chat fans of K-Luke or any other K-Luke y'all have tried, I know he's got the Rise out there. He's got the I forget what all the different colored labels he's got. These bourbon batches that he's been doing, I think, are the silver labels. So I should have pulled one of my bottles down. I think they're on the shelf right here beside me, but they're not on the front of the shelf. They're a couple bottles deep. So. Nice mouthfeel on that. Definitely spicy, peppery spice on that. It has some sweetness on it too. I said I had that caramel on the nose, so it's a wonderful, wonderful bourbon taste. As I like the batches I've bought. They're blends. I think he's got Kentucky and Indiana in the blends. Maybe some Tennessee. I don't think so. I don't think there's any Tennessee in there. And some of his is all Kentucky, I know also. So undisclosed distillers. Definitely been getting some good barrels though. So. All right, so this is the 10th month I've been doing this, May. I started my first live stream was last July. So after talking about doing it for several years, I think 3 years I talked about it, and I finally started last year. So this is month 10. Been enjoying doing these. I hope everybody else has. Next month will be month 11, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next month, but in July, when I get to my 1 year live stream anniversary, I think I'm going to do a VPub that month. So I've not done a VPub yet. I've had a couple guests on, onesie twosies here as guests. Yeah, in July, I think I'll probably open up and do a full pub style. So there's Independent Joe. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you. Yeah. The nose on this K-Luke is still strong. I really, really like that nose. I mean, it's great taste, great nose on that. So come back to that one, I think. So get this next one open up. This is the barrel cast finish series one Mezzanera barrels, Mezzanera oak. So all right, get this guy open up. Yeah, I'm a fan of barrel. I was actually moving stuff around the shelves here recently, and I was actually amazed at how many bottles of barrel I have. The first one I ever bought really wasn't that impressed with it, honestly. It was, I think it was like barrel batch 20, 25, 26, 27. I think it was 27. And it definitely had some Dickel in it that you could taste. And I thought, yeah, it was okay, but I didn't love it. And the Kroger store here, my local Kroger store, not all the Kroger stores, but I know my local one or in my neighborhood, they used to have lots of barrel on a shelf. They had a shelf of barrel all the time. And it was the best price I ever saw anywhere because they were only like $72 at Kroger, all the different ones. And I'd go somewhere else like Total Wine, and they'd always be their $90 bottles, $85, $95 bottles. And that's what they are still nowadays. And I don't think my Kroger has them anymore. So they had them for a couple of years. They were all $72. There's Josh Fritz popped in. Hey, Josh. Actually, no, it's Eric saying hi, Josh. Josh popped in way up there somewhere saying cheers to everybody. Joe and Eric. Nice. But yeah, so that first barrel I bought, I didn't love it. Then I bought the Barrel Vantage, which I liked a lot. And that's a blend of some couple different things. I think including some Mezzanera might be in the Barrel Vantage. Probably have it sitting right here. Actually. The Vantage has Mezzanera, French oak, and toasted oak. So, but yeah, definitely like the Mezzanera. I mean the Vantage. And then after that, I bought Barrel Batch 33 and loved it. So I've actually bought 33, 34, 35, 36. Haven't opened 36, I don't think. But 33 through 35 were all delicious. Oh, there's Josh talking about seagrass. Yep, I forgot to mention seagrass. I bought it somewhere in the mix there before all those batch 33, 34, 35s. I think after the Vantage, I probably bought the seagrass. I really do like the seagrass. And that's a rye, obviously, but it's got a bunch of different finishes in it also, including some apricot and all that. So rum finish might be in there also. And then they came out with their what they call them, founders editions or whatever. But and those were definitely cheaper. That was only like $50. And I've got the founders. They've got the founders toasted, which was like $5 more. So I haven't bought the founders toasted yet. So been planning on it, but just haven't. So, but yeah, I was definitely surprised. Like I say, how many barrel bottles I have on my shelf. So. See, Jeff Castle popped in up here somewhere. There we go. Cheers, DMC and Chad. Good to see you, Jeff. Welcome. I don't think. I see Eric dropping a link there. I forgot to mention Independent Joe. Check out his channel. Independent Joe. He slowed down a little at the moment, which nothing wrong with that. But does some good reviews, does some good live streams. He supports the military there. He's a retired military himself, so he's definitely a supporter of all that. Good stuff. All right, this barrel Mezzanera. Like I said, these first two samples were sent to me by Marcus, the Bourbon Judge. If anybody got here late, so I started out with K. Luke batch 8, which is delicious, and onto this barrel Mezzanera. So nose is definitely lighter. Definitely has some oak on the nose though too, so it's good nose. Now that has a thick, viscous mouthfeel. Definitely thicker than the K. Luke was for sure. It's spicy also. Not so sweet. And this one's 116 proof. So we got 118 on the K. Luke, 116 on the barrel. So close to the same proofs on these. But definitely warm going down. Really good viscous mouthfeel on that. So the The oak is present on the taste also. The peppery spice on the again also. So, and it is funny. I usually do call out a pepper or a cinnamon on spice, and I don't know that things flip flop around on me too much, but it does seem like when you start tasting something, you'll start tasting a lot more of the same. So I called both of these peppery tonight so far. So. Here's Mike, West Virginia bourbon guy. Hey, good to see you. And who was that else that popped in there? Uncle Larry. So cheers, Uncle Larry. Good to see you too. Everybody remember hit that like button. The definitely helps. But as you're coming in here, as you're here now, hit that like. Yeah, K. Luke's definitely got a better nose than the barrel. It is sweet, caramelly on the nose. It's a really good nose. So there's Eric dropping the link to Mike's channel. So West Virginia bourbon guy. So go check out his channel. And yeah, see what you can find there. All right. So in my thumbnail, I said I was going to do so I did some bourbon judge samples there, and then I've got some ADHD samples, and these are actually ADHD picks. So these are not ones that he sent me; these are ones other people sent me. So I have here Lob Creek, which is 120 proof ADHD pick. This was sent to me by Big Vic. Thanks, Big Vic. And I've got a Nulu pick here. That's actually a rye, single barrel rye, ADHD whiskey pick, Nulu users, new losers, 123 proof. So I've got the Lob Creek and I've got the Nulu Rye. So Nulu Rye sent to me by Beggar Drinks. So appreciate that, Troy, Laura. But yeah, this is the Beggar Drinks samples that they sent. I'm gonna do this one next. The New Losers ADHD single barrel pick. So yeah. So, yeah, Nulu is very local to me here. In fact, it's probably the closest distillery to me. It's right up the road. I could walk there if I really want to. But Prohibition Craft Spirits. They are doing some distilling there. I don't know if they have none of their own whiskey yet. I don't even know if or never that's coming out. I think they do have some gin and some other light spirits there that you can get on premise. But all of their whiskeys, bourbons, and ryes have been sourced almost all from MGP. I'm sure they've gotten some from some other places too, but I would suspect that this is an MGP rye. Whether it's a 95.5 rye or not, I don't know. So, like I said, this is ADHD New Losers pick. So, from Beggar Drinks. All right. So it's it's a little different on the nose. It's lighter also than the K. Luke for sure. That K. Luke's just got such a vibrant nose on it. I mean, a deep nose. It's not standing out as a super rye forward nose. But definitely has some brown sugars and some oak on the nose on this. So let's see, everybody cheersing each other there. And yep. Nice. So yeah, let me give this a sip. Let's say 123 proof. It's a little bit step up in proof. This one might have turned towards cinnamon on the spiciness. Mouthfeel's medium mouthfeel too. It's not super thin. So all three of these have had a good mouthfeel. There's Marty, Whiskey Nose. Hey, Marty. Good to see you. Everybody go check out Whiskey Nose channel. He's got a great channel on YouTube also. There's Eric dropping the link. But he does great reviews, has on good guests, has been doing several different things, including some blind challenges and I'm just trying to keep things fun over there. So good to see you, Marty. This one definitely seems hotter than the first two. I mean, it is. Let's step up and improve, not drastic. We went from 118 to 123, so went up 5 proof points. But it's sitting hotter on my chest, so. The oak's a little bit more drying on that one also. So the oak is there, it's drying. Cinnamon spice, so definitely a change in direction from those first two. So we went from pepper to cinnamon. And we got some oak drying on that guy. So good pour though. Yeah, enjoyed it. Got this big Vic sample here. So this is another ADHD. So the Nulu rye was ADHD pick. This Lob Creek it's a Knob Creek pick from Jim Beam. And which I think ADHD has done several Knob Creek picks. So this one's Lob Creek. It seemed like you might have had one called Slob Creek. I don't remember. He had one called Space Jam. Was that Knob Creek? You might remember what Space Jam was. So this is Lob Creek. What's that other sample I had sitting over here? Oh, yeah. All right, not much discussion in the chat. Anybody had any of these samples before? Maybe not these exact picks, the Slob Creek or the new losers. But The first two weren't picks; they were barrel release and a K-Luke release. In fact, I'm gonna do this Lob Creek, but I am going to after this Lob Creek, I'm gonna actually open a bottle here that's a Matt Porter pick, and this one is called the World's Strongest Knob. So, in front of my face there, so this is another Knob Creek pick from ADHD. I'll open this guy and pour him here after this Lob Creek and do a comparison. Wow. Actually catching a whiff of fruitiness on this. Not something I normally get on a Knob Creek. But yeah, it's got a fruity nose. I like that. Give it a taste. Cheers. All right, I see. Like saying, just cracked the KC blenders last night. Very good pour. And yeah, I've got that sitting right here also. KC blenders. I've been drinking it, sampling it. It is blended to be a sweet pour, a sweet blend of Knob Creek, and it is. It's a deliciously sweet pour compared to normal Knob Creek. That is. So. All right, this one. What's the proof on this? I didn't say. This is 125.3 proof. Oh, hold on. Nope. That's one I have. That's one I haven't opened. This ADHD pick was 120 proof. So this is actually a little bit stepped down from the Nulu. We went up to 123. Went back down to 120. So, but this is. Drinking way lighter than 120. So it tastes the least proofiest of everything I've had tonight. So it does have a medium viscosity on it. It does have some brown sugar sweetness. It has a fruity nose. I'm not getting a lot of fruit on the taste, but it's sweet and spicy, but not hot at all. This is definitely the least hot of the four I've had so far. So, there he's saying, "Yep." Talking about the Blenders edition, sweet, but has all the favorite KC notes. Yes, it is. It's good. Josh said something here. Only thing I've picked up over the last few weeks or more, JD Heritage Toasted. Haven't seen much of anything else in your area. Okay. Yep. That JD Toasted got sitting right here also. Those are actually right here on my table. So the JD Toasted and the Knob Creek Heritage. So the hot bottles right now. And I mean, the JD Heritage is $65, which is good. But that Knob Creek Blenders Edition is $45. So I mean, it's even better price on that. So I'm digging this nose on this guy. This guy could be dangerously sippable. And I only had this one sample, so this one little 1 ounce bottle. So this is going to be gone quick, but I can see if you had a whole bottle of this guy, he could be dangerous. All right. It's also cracked Mashing Journey Magnus single barrel. Oh man, yeah, I did not get that one. But I have been definitely a fan of Magnus here lately. I've got all three of the regular offerings for Magnus. I've got the triple cask. I've got the I was going to say Coy Hill, but whatever the other one is, and I've got the cigar blend, and yeah, they're all three delicious. The cigar blend, I'd had samples of that over the last few years that people had sent me, but I finally picked up a bottle of my own last year and rated it very highly at my year end for 2025. Um, even though it didn't come out in 2025, it was just a bottle that I finally got a hold of in 2025. So, yeah. So yeah, the single barrels, I could see that they're going to have different flavors, and they could have some amazingly different flavors and all that. So, yeah. So the nose on this Lob Creek is very good, and it's the note just like I like the nose on this K Luke. They're way different than each other. This K Luke is so caramelly. I mean, this is such a good nose. But this Lob Creek has got some fruitiness with some good oak in there too. So good stuff. Oh yeah. So like I say, this Lob Creek's going to go quick. Well, I've got it here. I'm going to go ahead and open up this world's strongest knob. Do a crack on this guy. All right, give it a crack. Okay, nice. Get this guy poured. Boy, I hope this is as good as that Lob Creek because I've got a whole bottle of this guy. So, all right. I'll mark these down so I don't get them mixed up. I'm not getting the fruit on the nose like I did on the Lob Creek. Let me let it sit here for a minute. And actually, I didn't pour very much. Let me pour a little bit more. There we go. And let me let that air out for a minute here before I go in and start nosing and tasting that. So Marty, what you got coming up on your channel? I know you had to your guest. I forget who you had this week. You had to delay till next week. But I know we need to do another sample or flight exchange, I should say. We need to do that. You were doing some kind of competition there for a while with some flights between different people, but I need to either get in on that with you or just do a flight exchange like we did before and taste those on stream. So, all right. Holding off on this guy still. I'm gonna go back to this barrel Mizunera. Hey, there's Ben. Bourbon. Good to see you. Everybody check out Bourbon's channel, Whiskey Uncensored. So he does Friday night live streams generally. Does the occasional bourbon hunting video, or been a while since I've done any review videos, but definitely does occasional other odd videos besides live streams. And check out his channel. Coming in right behind Ben, I saw Dennis pop in there. There we go. Dennis, good to see you. Cheers. So like quick recap on people who just got here late. I started out with 2 samples that the Bourbon Judge sent me. They're not Bourbon Judge picks; they're just samples he'd sent me. And I have a K. Luke batch 8. I've got a barrel. What was it called? Barrel Cask Finish Series 1 Mizunera Oak. And that's what I'm picked up right here. So the K. Luke is amazing. I love K. Luke. The nose on it's outstanding. The barrel's Mizunera is delicious too. It's it's not overpowering. It's got a good viscous mouthfeel. It's got good spice, so it's good. The only one I had any bad notes on so far, these next 2 that I sampled were actual ADHD picks that were sent to me. The first one was sent to me by Big Vic, and it's New Losers, Nulu Rye pick. And then there's a Lob Creek pick. Hold on. Did I say that right? The New Losers was sent to me by Baker's Drink. Sorry, I missaid that. So the Nulu Rye was sent to me by Baker's Drinks. The Lob Creek pick was sent to me by Big Vic. So I've got a Lob Creek pick from Big Vic and a Nulu Rye pick, both ADHD picks from Baker's Drink. And then I just fresh crack on another ADHD whiskey pick, the world's strongest knob, and just cracked it, poured it. So it's another Knob Creek I've got sitting right next to the Lob Creek. So haven't tried that one yet. So, but yeah, the only bad note I had of anything so far was the Nulu Rye. Definitely had some drying oak on the back end of it. So nose was good, taste was good. Just had some drying oak on it. The 2 noses that are phenomenal so far are Lob Creek, with an amazing fruity note for a Knob Creek, never seen before, and K. Luke. Got some tea on that now, but caramel nose on that, and a nice iced tea note on that. So very nice. All right, back into this Lob Creek. Eric's dropping the links. There was the link to, I accidentally clicked on the link. There was the link to Bourbon's channel. So everybody go check him out. All right, so that Lob Creek, I was saying, it was definitely drinking under its proof point. That sip there, it came back up. So I definitely got the proofiness, 120 proof on it. And this Matt Porter World's Strongest Knob pick here is 125.3 proof. So this is one of the newer true cast strength releases that they've been doing from Knob Creek. So. All right. Let's give it a good swirl job, as Matt would appreciate. Actually getting what I would almost call a rye note on the nose on this. It no, hard to say. I was going to say a little bit of evergreen note on that on the nose, but it's not strong. It's faint, whatever that is. So definitely some oak on the nose though too. So let's finally give this guy a taste. Cheers. Nice, nice, nice. Mouthfeel might be a little on the light side, so not crazy thin, but it's probably the thinnest mouthfeel I've had tonight. The spice is cinnamon spice. It's lingers. Got a good oak on the tail end too, and all that. So it's good sip. A little hot. 125 proof. I mean, it is the highest proof of the night so far, but it's not like crazy hot. But the Knob Creek just, I think, was at 120 proof. Was drinking under that proof. Well, since I've got a couple of Knob Creeks right here, and Western Union Bourbon Guy has been talking about the Blenders Edition, let's go ahead and pour this up right next to these guys. So this guy, Knob Creek Blenders Edition, it's 106 proof. So it's going to be a little bit lower proof. Not a single barrel, but a blend. But they did blend this to be a sweet blend. So that was their goal. So now this does say Blenders Edition batch 1, basically. So exciting stuff. Hopefully we'll see some more Blenders Edition coming out in the future. They might have different flavor profiles. You know, like say this one they tried to make sweet. Who knows what they'll try to do with the other ones if they come out with some more. This is a 10-year age stated too, by the way. So it's if anybody looks closely on the label, it does say 10-year barrels. So yeah, it's like I say, it's not a bad price point either. It's $45, 10-year-old, 106 proof, sweet blended Knob Creek. So William Hall, cheers. Good to see you. Haven't been seeing too much of you lately, but I've been seeing you around. I've been saying hi, but yeah, this nose is sweet. sweet on the taste too. So it's delicious. This blender's edition is a nice blend they've done. I agree with Mike. It's got the regular Knob Creek flavors in it. It's just a little bit on the sweeter side. So definitely like the fact that it's 106 proof also. Glad they didn't make it 100 proof. Yeah, understand, William. Things happen. I can't say that I haven't done the same thing myself. I've had some hiatuses here and there for weeks or a month or so at a time, where it's hard to keep up with stuff. Then try to get back into it. So. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm a fan of Knob Creek anyways. The Knob Creek single barrels, I think are top notch. That have been out for forever, 120 proof, the single barrels. Haven't bought a lot of Knob Creek picks, but I've definitely bought more Shelfer single barrels, and which I really like. The standard 9-year stuff is good, but I stay away from it. I usually go to the higher proof stuff. So, but this blender's edition I really like. It's good. This Knob Creek I really like, and this new World's Strongest Knob is good too. Just first impressions here and what I've got on the table, I got to say I think the Knob Creek's better than the World's Strongest Knob. So, hey, there's Jonathan. Happy Saturday. Yes, same to you, Jonathan. Hope you had a good week, having a good weekend. Maybe you had a big sale this week or something. That'd be great. So, but yeah, this Knob Creek, I'm sad I only have this one sample. It's wonderful nose, wonderful taste. Drinks under its proof. Great pick on that. And maybe this World's Strongest Knob just needs to open up. Like I say, I just did a fresh crack on it. So, all right. What else we have here? Let's see. I haven't finished anything off. I'm gonna go back this barrel again. I think I can finish this guy off. What's Dennis saying here? Dennis saying, don't mind the Knob Creek 9, but I found the Knob Creek 12 too oaky. Prefer Bakers and Bookers when it comes to Beam. Okay. All right. I definitely don't find the Knob Creek 12 too oaky. I really like the Knob Creek 12. I mean, if you compare that to the Knob Creek 9, it's night and day difference. The same proof, obviously they're only 100 proof. Everybody's waiting for the cast strength Knob Creek 12 to come out again. Everybody's watching for it, as I am. But the ones that have been out so far here lately, I mean, I know there was a cast strength several years ago, but the ones that have been out have been the 100 proofers, and they are way better than the Knob Creek 9, and I don't think they're too oaky at all. I love them. Bakers and Bookers. Yeah, Baker's is really good. I mean, that's higher rye, different mash bill, right? That's more like the old granddad mash bill. The good stuff on it. And Booker's, I mean, even though it's cast strength, just like these two Knob Creek picks right here, Booker's generally drinks pretty dang hot. I mean, of course, it's younger. You know, it's right. All the Bookers are 6, 7 years old, maybe 8. So, but whereas we're talking, these are 9, 10-year-old. In fact, I didn't say this. I got the age on this guy. This guy was barreled in September 2015, and it was bottled in June of 2025. So 3 months shy of 10 years old. So 9 years, 9 months. So yeah, so these guys are 9, 10 years old, and your Booker's is less than that, and it drinks hot, but full flavored for sure. I mean, generally nice and viscous, uncut, unfiltered, just in your face. So I do like most Bookers. Bakers I like. Knob Creek 12, I love it. So there you go. Peter White saying Knob Creek 12 is his Desert Island bourbon. Nothing wrong with that at all, Peter. I mean, that's a great thing to have. Yeah, so this barrel, Mizunara, I hope everybody's not tired of me repeating stuff and all that. But I had a K. Luke Batch 8. I had a barrel Mizunara finish, both sent to me by the Bourbon Judge, Marcus. So had these sitting around for a while. This barrel is good. I like a good Mizunara oak. But that's got a good sweetness, good spiciness, not too hot. It was a little lagging on the nose, but yeah, that was a good pour. All right. Glad I got one finished off. I think last month I got to the end of the stream and I hadn't finished off a single glass. So try to get these finished as I go here, so I don't have a bunch of pours left over. That was good. I'm keeping this K. Luke around. Big fan of K. Luke, but the nose on this beats everything on the table. Lob Creek ADHD pick sent to me by Big Vic, has a wonderful nose also, and actually drinks delicious. I mean, it's a crushable drink right there. This Nulu, I got a Nulu rye ADHD pick sent to me by Baker's Drinks. This is named New Losers. All right, I can get the rye on the nose now. I didn't get that at first. Definitely has a little bit of rye on the nose, but this thing I think had a really viscous mouthfeel, but it also had a lot of drying oak on the back end. So let me go back into this guy. Definitely drying oak. Very, very noticeable. My mouth's squeaky now. I did get some sweetness on it, on the taste on that though. So, and it wasn't super hot. I mean, what was the proof on that one? The Nulu was 123 proof. So, it didn't drink that hot either. I don't think so. All right, good stuff. All right. Scroll back. I'm looking. I remember I asked Marty some questions earlier, but if he answered me, I didn't see him. And Hope I didn't just ignore him there. Nah, looks like I don't see any replies to him. So, okay. What else I have sitting around? You know what? Let me pour. I had that Barrel Vantage that I picked up and showed a while ago. Since I finished off this Barrel Mizunera, let me pour some Barrel Vantage. So this guy's 115.8 proof, cast strength, a blend of Mizunera, French oak, and toasted American. So really have enjoyed this bottle. I've had it for a while. Haven't actually. I think I had a pour just very recently, like on a stream this week. Probably why I had it sitting up front there. Yeah, the nose is nice on this. Oak forward. I mean, I think they're trying to showcase the oaks on this Vantage. It's good. I mean, I don't know if it's better than the Nulu. Sorry, not Nulu, but than the Barrel. What was it called? Cask Finish series that the judge has sent me. I think Barrel definitely is doing some good stuff. As I mentioned earlier, I'm surprised how many Barrel bottles I actually have. But and they are typically, and this does say distilled in Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky. That's their biggest blend is Tennessee, is Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. And I did have an early bottle of Barrel, the first one I ever bought. I could taste the Tennessee and I could taste the Dickel in it. But since then, they have seemed to have blended the Dickel out of it. So if they're still using that, maybe they're getting something else from Tennessee, but if they're still using the Dickel, they have figured out a way to blend it out. And I think it's just gotten better in the last few years. But yeah, this Vantage is good. It's got a sweet nose, oaky sweet nose. All right. All of a sudden, I got a little bit of that drying oak on the end of it. Not nearly as bad as that Nulu rye was, but just an ever slight squeaky oak dryingness on the end of that, which I wasn't expecting. So, and sometimes you see me rinsing glasses with water and sipping water in between all that. Sometimes when I do that, I think the water will bring out some of that oak swigginess. So that might have been my own damn fault that I did that. Might not have been, but I mean, you can see this Vantage is now just right below the half full mark. So I've been sampling it for a couple of years. Probably need to go ahead and start finishing it off. I don't think I've ever gotten that any drying oak on it before. So it might have just been I rinsed my glass out with water. All right, guys. Not a whole lot of talking the chat going on. No questions. Anything y'all want me to sample? Want to see? I mentioned earlier. I don't know who's still here, obviously, unless you're talking, but and not a lot of talk going on. So I mentioned my 1 year live stream anniversary is coming up in July. So this is month 10 here in May. In July, I plan on doing a 1 year anniversary, probably doing an actual VPub live stream. So let everybody come on. Maybe didn't plan for it tonight, but so I don't think I will this month, but maybe next month. I'll go ahead and do a after stream, after party, back room situation thing, right? So at the end of the stream, maybe go ahead and post the link and end the stream, but let everybody join up and come to the back room and do that next month for the first time, and then do the whole VPub thing in July. I'm not going to do that every month, but maybe I'll do that on a recurring basis every few months. So, yep, Dennis, absolutely. I always go live on the second Saturday of every month. So the second Saturday in July would be the date. And so that is going to be July 11th. So July 4th is a Saturday. Obviously, holiday, anyways. But the Saturday after that, July 11th, will be my July live stream. So that'll be my VPub I'm gonna do. So that's the date. So mark on your calendar. In fact, mark the second Saturday of every month. Mark on your calendar. That's when I go live. So man, I tell you, I don't even want to finish this, K. Luke. That nose is so good. I love it. And maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should grab another K. Luke. This is batch 8. Let me see if I can see one from where I'm sitting. I know I've got some right on the shelf right here. Oh, I can see 2 of them. All right. All right. I just want to compare this one with the batch 8. One of these with the batch 8. So this is holy mackerel. I don't know what I was thinking. This is actually batch 6 that I just pulled out. So I said earlier on my on this stream that I thought that batch 8 that I got from Bourbon Judge was older, newer, yeah, whatever, than any that I had. But obviously I called that wrong. This is a batch 6 right here, and this one's 119 proof, and it's from September 2023. So batch 6. For whatever reason, let me see what this other one I have is that I can see. I think I've got one more somewhere, but all right, this is batch 10. So I think I've got. I didn't know I had batch 6. That actually shocks me. I've got batch 10, and I don't know where the other one's at, but I've got either batch 11 or 12 also. I think I've only bought 3 of them. So big fan of them though. So all right, so this is K. Luke batch 6. let it sit for a second. The nose is not as good as batch 8 after the initial pour. This little glass was my Blenders Edition, Knob Creek Blenders Edition. This is out right now. Everybody should be looking for this. $45 MSRP. 106 proof, special edition, batch 1 of this Blenders Edition. Good stuff. It's nice and sweet, delicious Knob Creek. All right, what's this? K. Luke, batch 6. All right, let me let these K. Lukes. Let me let that K. Luke sit there for a second. Back to these two Knob Creeks. These are two ADHD picks. I've got the Lob Creek sample that Big Vic sent me. I've got this Lob Creek. It's not Lob Creek. I got this Knob Creek, World's Strongest Knob pick bottle that I just cracked, fresh cracked. All right, they both have a vibrant nose now. This Lob Creek, fruity, still, shockingly, I can't explain it. Whereas this World's Strongest Knob is definitely more brown sugars. So but they both have good nose. All right. This Lob Creek, from what I've tasted and said so far, I'm sad that this is going to be the end of this, but little 1 ounce sample of a delicious bottle. So cheers. Yeah, delicious on the Lob Creek. 120 proof, to whereas this one's 125.3 proof. A little bit of oak dryingness on this one. This one's definitely darker. Y'all probably can't see that very much, but sitting here on my table, the newer World's Strongest Knob is darker than the Lob Creek. It's higher proof, 5 points higher. Both got good noses, both got good taste. Definitely got a little bit of oak dryness on that guy. Hopefully that's an anomaly. But two great ADHD picks. So, all right, here we go. Who's this? Chill Will Rocco. Chill Will Rocco. All right, welcome. I don't know if I've seen your name before. Probably have, but maybe not. But welcome, Chill Will. All right, like I say, man, let's get some more let's get some more discussion going in the chat. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I got these two Knob Creeks battling over here, and I got these two K Lukes battling over here. These are two ADHD picks. These are just K Luke batch 8, K Luke batch 6. Batch 8 sent to me by the Bourbon Judge. This Lob Creek ADHD pick sent to me by Big Vic. Appreciate everybody sending samples. Got that tea note on that again. Still get that fruitiness, but it's like, oh man, the nose on this K Luke batch 8, I am loving from the start of this stream till now. This has been phenomenal. It was caramel from the get-go. And now I get a little bit of a sweet tea in there with that caramel. Oh man, that's a good nose. All right, so Chill Will saying I have a good friend that loves K Luke. All right, it's got a good palate. K Luke's some good stuff. Peter White saying never seen K Luke. Even Peter White, I forget you're Canadian. You're up in Canada. That's not so good. And then Eric Mays popped in here. What does everybody have in their glasses? Yeah, we're assuming. Yeah, what's everybody having in their glasses? Good question, Eric. What do you have in your glass, Eric? Early Times bottle, or Evan Williams bottle and bond. That's Dennis. That's this bottle right here, right? Evan Williams bottle and bond. I could pour some with you there, Dennis, if you give me a minute. Peter White's Calumet 15 here. Moving on to Knob Creek 18. All right, good stuff. Calumet 15. I do not have or have not seen the Calumet 15. I do have a Knob Creek 18 though. If y'all want me to grab that and pour that, I've got a Knob Creek 18 within reach. Eric just poured a Maker's Mark cast strength, 46 cast strength. Man, still a decent selection of bourbon in Alberta, but no Caleb. Okay, yeah, I know. Different territories had different things going on, right? So, and some of them cleared their shelves. So hopefully things will get back to normal at some point. All right, Eric, that's good. That Maker's Mark 46 cast strength. I was so into that about 2 years ago. Loved it. I mean, I still love it, but it was my favorite pour. It was my like go-to pour 2 years ago. I loved it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so this is the K-Look batch 6. The nose is waking up here. It's not as good as the K-Look Batch 8 nose though. So it's good nose. It's good sip on the 8, on the 6. It's got the peppery spice. It's got the good warmth. It's good. I'm definitely gonna have to A/B these guys. The nose goes to batch 8 though. Chill Will says Maker's Mark 46 cast strength's good, but like the wood finishing series better. You know, and I did like a lot of channels did. I did a whole review series of the wood finishing series, multiple ones, and they were all good. I mean, they were all good, but I still have like 4 of those bottles sitting there on my shelf over there that I don't go to anymore. I mean, I've got so many bottles to choose from. It's like, I don't know what I keep thinking. What am I going to do with these guys? They're just sitting there. I mean, I'd rather go back to the Maker's Mark 46 cast strength. Honestly, it's the shelfer as opposed to those special release bottles. But they were all good. All right, good. We're getting some chat going here. Dennis says loves Maker's Mark 46 cast strength, but only had the one. Just don't see it around. Okay, fair enough. We have it all over here, just starting to regularly get at the age statement. Yeah. The age statement Maker's Mark. That's the new cast strength. The regular Maker's Mark is age stated. So got the 7.2, 7 year, 2 month, I think is the batch that's out right now. It's been out for probably a year almost. I don't know how big this batch is, how long it's going to come out. But they finally put an age statement on this, and it is a delicious pour, just a straight Maker's Mark. So, all right, who's next? There we go, 7 year, 2 month, 3 month, and 5. Oh, so there's different ones. There's a 2 month, 3 month, and 5 month. Oh shit! If that's true, Dennis, that's news to me, and I am in shock. Oh, it was just 7 years, 2 months. So I'll have to look into that. Wood finishing series is something I'd go back, something I go to a lot, but when I'm in the mood, I can understand that. I actually bought. Actually, you're talking about the wood finishing series. Was there a series before? I'm talking about the whole, and I don't even remember the names of them. They're on the other side of the room from me. I'm pointing over there. That whole R2D2 series and all that. What was that one called? I think the new one's called the wood finishing series, right? Or was that one called the wood finishing series? Because I did a review of all those ones back then. Then they started a new series, which might be the wood finishing series, and I bought the first bottle of it, which is like the hearts or something, and which I haven't even opened. I've got it sitting on the shelf unopened, and then I'm just decided, you know what? I've got enough of these bottles sitting here that I'm not buying anymore for now. Yeah, the same thing. License plate series, I call it. That was one before the wood finishing series. So that's the one that I did, and a lot of channels did a bunch of reviews on. The R2D2 one was part of that one. The wood finishing series, I think I'm looking around, has like the heart and whatever. And so I only bought that one. In fact, let me go get it. Hold on one second. All right. I just grabbed a couple bottles. So what Dennis is saying is the license plate series is things like the BRT02 and the FAE02, 01, 02. I did a bunch of reviews on these, loved them, talked about a bunch of stuff. Then the wood finishing series came out, different bottle shape. This is the Hearts. Actually, I have the Heart Revenge. It says caramel, chocolate, maple. This is the only one I bought of the wood finishing series, and I haven't even opened it. So because I've got 2 more bottles of these over there that I can't even pick up and carry. It's like of this license plate series. It's like I'm not going to keep buying all these bottles if I can't even finish them. So good stuff though. And but the Maker's Mark 46 cast strength is delicious. And I stocked up when they still had. Was it this shape bottle? Well, hold on. Let me grab one. Yeah. So I stocked up on these bottles right as they were phasing these out and going to the new bottle shape and all that. So I've got several of these Maker's Mark 46 cast strength in the old bottle style. So. All right, I'm gonna trip all over this stuff now. I'm blocking myself in. I'm setting this stuff on the floor. Too much floor whiskey. Yes, the Lost Recipe. I heard the same thing. It was really good. And what's crazy is the day I bought this, which is the wood finishing series that I've not even opened, they had the Lost Recipe and this both in the store. And I bought the wood finishing series and I haven't even opened it. And I've regretted that day ever since. I wish I would have bought the Lost Recipe. So, because, it used to be they talked about on the Maker's 46 or on the any picks, they talked about with the staves. They have like 10 staves, and they talked about what staves were in there and all that. And the Lost Recipe was basically they quit using Mocha staves, and I think the Lost Recipe has some Mocha staves in it and stuff. And it's like, it's just the regrets, right? So, all right, good. Let me scroll back here. We got some good stuff, conversation going on. Redwood Empire Pipe Dream toasted. Have you tried? No, not tried the Redwood Empire Pipe Dream toasted. Haven't even heard of that one. I had 1 bottle of the Redwood Empire Pipe Dream. I think I finished it off. The Lost Monarch was a favorite of mine. I had it in regular and cast strength. I've not heard of the Redwood Empire Pipe Dream toasted. FAE01, FAE02. Yeah, that's the license plate series. Agreed. Don't have any of those. Doc Swenson, the Ultimate Alchemist Cask Finishings. Love me some Doc Swenson's stuff, Peter. When I think of Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, right up there with it is my Doc Swenson's triple cask. They have both a cast strength and a non-cast strength. And I think the Doc Swenson stuff is right up there with it. It's good stuff. Only Redwood East Head is the Lost Mark and the Emerald Giant. And I've never had the Emerald Giant. I think that's the rye. I've only had the Lost Monarch and the Pipe Dream. So, Pipe Dream is pretty basic bourbon. Yeah. Toasted is amazing. Okay. Something I might have to look for, Chill Will. Oh yeah, let's not rub that one in. Yep. Lost Monarch cast strength was. Yep. That I concur with that, Dennis. I have both Lost Monarch regular and Lost Monarch cast strength, and I was expecting the cast strength to be a notch above. And I'm not saying it's worse. I'm not saying it's not as good, but it was not a notch above. It was just, it was disappointing for the price. And for the price, just buy the regular Lost Monarch. That was great stuff. So, here's Eric Mays. I have a few of those cast strengths backed up. I honestly don't know if it's been out this year or last. They're delicious. Okay. I'm assuming you're talking about the Neger's 46 cast strengths. Yeah, that's what I did. I bunkered a couple right as they were switching to the new bottle style, the squarish, the more, I don't know what you call it, but it's not as smooth of a bottle, which I liked. I guess they were switching to this bottle style from this bottle style. And honestly, I thought this bottle style was sexier. So I bunkered a couple. So, and I love the Maker's 46 cast strength. I think it's delicious stuff. So, all right, got K Luke batch 6 that I have my own bottle of. I've got K Luke batch 8 that the Bourbon Judge sent me a sample of, just a sample. The nose, without any doubt whatsoever, goes to the K Luke batch 8 that the Bourbon Judge sent me. It's a caramel bomb with an iced tea note to it, or a sweet tea, some kind of a tea note to it. That this is a great nose. Let me do a taste head to head here. Wow. Underwhelming from what I was hoping it would be. That was my bottle. Hmm. Hard to decide on that. Hard to mix them. I actually got some dryingness. It's a common thing I'm getting now. I'm getting this oak dryness all of a sudden. Let me give it a minute. I'll go back and do them in their other order, reverse order. Maker's Mark actually prefer the older bottle. Yeah, and Eric, I don't know that anything actually changed with the liquid in the bottles. Or the bottles did change, but the liquid, it's debatable. People argue that all the time. Anytime they change a label, they change a bottle. It's like they did that with the old Foresters labels changed from the stamped, Prohibition style to the just, printed on the label Prohibition style. The what's the famous one everybody talks about, the other bottle and bond that Old Forester sold to Sazerac. It's the blue label stuff. It's like everybody argued that black cap, blue cap, dent in it, not this, that, it all changed. And true, there was blending differences with the different people blending it, even though it's all from the same barrels, from the same batch or the same season to be bottle and bond. But yeah, and things changed. Hey, Top Dog's back. All right, John, look, give us a rundown. How was your dinner? How did Renee like it? Was it a fancy dinner? Was it a not so fancy dinner? Was it a A plus, B minus? Well, how was the dinner? We all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, just talk about the bottle shape. So you think the bottle shape, Eric, actually just affects the taste, possibly, and it could. I mean, that's absolutely a factor, right? So, all right, here's the deets, or the tea, as we might say. I don't know. It was an Italian dinner with French wine. Later tonight, we'll be sitting by the fire with some bourbon. All right. Nice. Will you be sitting by the fire alone, or will you be sitting on the fire with Renee? The nose goes to batch 8. All right. I'm going to batch 6. I'm sorry. No, it is batch 8. I'm going to taste them in reverse order this time. Awesome. Good to hear it. Yeah. Hopefully it's a nice, cool, enjoyable night. It is here, I believe. So. Oh shit. Now he's talking about the music he's playing. Frank Sinatra, Eric Church. Okay. Very nice. All right. The judges batch 8 blew my bottle, batch 6, out of the water. It was better, nose, taste, finish, everything about it. Blew it out of the water. What was the other bottle I said I had over here? Yeah, batch 10. Okay. Maybe I should have went the other way. I just grabbed the first one I saw. The batch 6 lost that battle hands down. The Bourbon Judges sample beat it all across the board. The which is okay. All right. Damn, I think I'm out of water. Pretty much am out of water. All right. I'm going to finish this up here in the next 5-10 minutes. This is going to be over. But so I had my Bourbon Judge samples that he has sent me. The K Luke Batch 8, phenomenal. I didn't have a bottle of it, but it's a winner. The other bottle he sent me was a barrel Mizunara finished. It was called a cask finish series 1 Mizunara. That was pretty good. I pulled out my barrel Vantage, which has Mizunara, French oak, and American toasted, and it was on par with that. Yeah, that was a good pour. Then we switched to some ADHD picks, which I've got right here. Actually, there was one that's not here. There was a Nulu rye that was ADHD Nulu losers. That's it was a rye. That one was okay. It definitely has some oak dryiness on the back end for a rye. I don't know if it's a 95.5 rye or not. It's a Nulu, which is almost definitely MGP. That was good. Then we switched to a Lob Creek and a World's Strongest Knob. The Lob Creek was a sample sent to me by Big Vic. The World's Strongest Knob was a fresh crack I just did tonight. That's an ADHD pick. I actually kind of compared them to the Knob Creek Blender's Cut, also Blender's Edition, which is a very sweet, lower proof, but actually older, 10-year aged. The Blender's Edition is delicious. If you're looking for that, keep looking for it. You're going to find it. It's going to be out there. But we're down to these two right now. The Lob Creek. All right, there's Top Dog saying he's already found the Blender's Edition and he's really enjoyed it. Yes, it is a delicious pour. It's a sweet Knob Creek blend, and it is very nice. 106 proof, 10-year-old, $45. You cannot go wrong with it. So just be on the lookout for it. In fact, breaking news. I mean, I poured this tonight. I sampled it. I drank it. I talked about it. But next Friday, I'll have a review coming out of this, a Fresh Crack Friday, where I crack it and taste it and do a review. So that video has already been recorded, already been edited. It's already ready to go. So just give you a heads up. But delicious stuff, that Blender's Edition. So wow, these noses are different, so different. These are both Knob Creek picks. Trying to figure out what the difference is. I was loving this nose earlier. This is the Lob Creek sample sent to me by Big Vic. And it was very fruity, crazy fruity for a Knob Creek on the nose earlier. It still is. But this nose is delicious also. It's just as good. It's not fruity. So it's a tie on the nose. I mean, this is they both have great noses. Now let's give them a taste. And I don't know which one's which. Well, which one's going to win, I should say. So this is the one I just cracked tonight, the world's strongest knob. Yeah, it's delicious. Definitely switched from peppery spice to cinnamon spice when we went from the K. Luke stuff to the Knob Creek stuff. It's good. All right, let me contemplate that. And we threw the blenders edition in on this. We went all in on this Knob Creek, which I'm a fan of Knob Creek. I love Knob Creek. I just have a preconceived notion that this Knob Creek is kicking the ass of this um, World's Strongest Knob. Now, I think this is called World's Strongest Knob because up until this year, Knob Creek they proofed everything down, even the picks down to 120 proof. Any single barrel was down to 120 proof, right? Now they've opened that up to true cast strength. So this Knob Creek, which was a year or two ago, a couple of years ago, that Big Vic sent me a sample of, is 120 proof. That's what all Knob Creek single barrels used to be. This World's Strongest Knob is probably named that because all of a sudden it's truly cast strength. This was 125.3 proof. So 125 proof, 120 proof. I've been loving the nose on this all night. Yeah, this guy beats the World's Strongest Knob at the moment. This maybe needs to open up. This was a neck pour, a fresh crack neck pour. This Knob Creek drinks way under its proof point, 120 proof. I mean, it drinks under that. Its nose, it's phenomenal. It was a fruity nose, delicious. I love it. So, two great picks from Matt Porter. That Knob Creek was crazy. All right. All right, Jill Will, you need to open that bottle. Yeah, agreed. I'm hoping the Blenders edition lands in Alberta. They get everything Knob Creek. I can still get twice barreled rye and cast strength rye batch one here. All right. Then those are the ones with little coins on them, right? The little special coins. Those are good stuff. In my review of this guy that I've already did a fresh crack recorded. I compared it to the Bourbon X rye. You know, you mentioned the twice barreled rye and the cast strength rye. I compared it to the Bourbon X rye, which just came out last year. And yeah, this blenders edition, I think, kicks its ass. The blenders edition is good stuff. Be on the lookout for it. So there's Top Dog. Cheers and Peter. Hope Ohio. What, Dennis? The blenders edition is not in Ohio yet. It will be. If it's not there, it will be for sure. And grab a bottle. Grab a couple bottles. I mean, because you'll after you finish one off, you'll wish you had another anyways. Peter White, enjoy your with chairman of the board. And yep, all right, good stuff. All right, I guess I'm at the end of my my planned escapades here. Add a couple more samples from Big Vic. One was I should have grabbed one of them actually. One of them was a Knob Creek store pick from his local store out there in California. Maybe I should have compared it with these. I forgot about it until just now. The other Big Vic sample I had was actually a Mess and Journey pick, which was a Sherry, or is that what it's called? But yeah, it was a sherry finished Jeffrey Wag pick. I think it is called Sherry, which I'm really looking forward to getting into. But I love sherry finished bourbons and whiskeys. So that one is definitely intriguing. But it was not an ADHD pick, so it was a Master Journey pick. The yeah, the other ones I got into was yeah, I had a few others. So yeah, let's call this a night. I see Eric. Cheers, everybody. Good night, everyone. Cheers. Agreed. Top Dog. Good night, everyone. Agreed. Totally agreed. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Next month, June, I'm going to do an after party, back room. So I'll post the link at the end of the stream. We'll let everybody join, get into that. The July, 2 months from now, we're going to have 1 month live stream anniversary. And I'm going to do a VPub. So everybody, mark that date down. It is July 11th, a week after July 4th, right? So July 11th, VPub right here. Everybody come on. Let's do it. Appreciate it. Everybody, thanks. See you next month.